What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the weekly rotation series. I talk about which fragrances I wore last week, and I get your insights in the comments down below. What did you guys wear? What stood out to you? And what really turns your gears? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so let's start it out on Monday, like always, with French Riviera. This one finally came in. I had some FedEx problems. I'm, really just frustrated with them beyond belief. I wonder if I can request not to have FedEx deliver. I don't know if that's a thing. French Riviera is oh my gosh, it's so good. So I had a decant of this for a long time, and I was trying to pick up a bottle for a very long time. I love the way this thing smells. It's pretty floral, actually, from what I remember. It's like this sea salty, marine, fresh, clean musk, heavy in the citrus department, a nice green aspect too, just underneath everything, but the florals in here are actually pretty noticeable, and it comes across kind of as like a soft jasmine kind of thing. Very good, very good. I wore it on Monday and I just loved it. I actually sprayed it on a hoodie of mine, and now the hoodie just smells like French Riviera, so which is great. I'm not complaining about that, but yeah, this one is hard to find. It's a kind of a hype beast. For good reason. It's a good freshie. It's a very good, long-lasting. It smells clean. It smells fresh. It's really some excellent stuff. Sea salty, marine, and some nice clean musk. Really good, excellent stuff. All right, the rest of the week, I have never worn these fragrances. These just came in, and so I wanted to give them a proper wear and experience them. I still have a couple more that I need to wear, including Checkmate from, what is that? What is this? Moth. Checkmate. I have not worn this yet. Really excited about that one. But on Tuesday, I got to wear this Sedley clone from Luciano Titan series. So I got two of these that just came in, and this one is it's the blue hue, blue colorant, but this is their version of Sedley. And from what I know, I think that this whole Titan series is just a Parfums de Marly clone and inspired by. I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of this whole line, a video coming up here soon in the next couple days. But this stuff is really good. It's very accurate to Sedley. It's got that powdery, sexy musk and that nice ambroxan kind of style. That heavy citrus in the top dries down to a nice woody touch. Really good. The smell is really close to Sedley, and even the performance. The performance is not all that great. It has the all the aspects that you would find with Sedley. It has that clean ambroxan, kind of musky fabric softener kind of musk and stuff in there, heavy citrus, but the longevity is very poor. I was only pushing 5 hours and then it was gone. I sprayed 4 sprays and it was gone in the first 5 hours. So I would not recommend that one if you're into longevity, if that's a concern with you, if you don't, like fragrances that have poor longevity. I would stay away from it, but it definitely is right up there with Sedley. So if you're looking for the Sedley DNA and on a budget, complete budget, it's very accurate, but it's kind of the same thing that you would find with longevity with Sedley. All right, then Wednesday, I wore 9 p.m. Rebel. I put out my video a couple of days ago on this, and about a week ago or so. And so for my first impressions of this, I really liked it. It was really heavy with the pineapple, and my thoughts kind of stayed the same. This is a very sweet DNA. It's a Jolly Ranch, I call it a Jolly Rancher pineapple accord in here, this Granny Smith apple. It's the fruity opening is just incredible. It is pretty similar to a BR 540 in that kind of realm of things, of that sweet ethyl maltol kind of woody kind of dry down. It has a little bit of a Creed Aventus kind of DNA, very low. When you get into the deep dry down, when you hit the dry down, the deep dry down, it smells really close to kind of like an Aventus inspired by. Not to say that this is a total Aventus clone, because some people were calling me out for that. It's not. The main things that really jump out are, the patchouli, the musk, and the woody tone in here. It's very similar. It's very similar to Aventus, and it's built the same way Aventus is in the base. By no means is this a Aventus clone. It is I think it's much more of a BR 540 clone than Aventus, but it's not even a BR 540 clone. It's unique on its own, but it has aspects of those. All right, I digress. Pineapple sweet Granny Smith apple sweet in the top. Dries down to a little musky, woody kind of tone, but the sweetness relies throughout the life of the fragrance. If you're familiar at all with like Cahiers d'Alfresson from Lattafa, similar to that, it's a very fruity, fresh, clean, with a touch of a woody dry down. Very alluring, sweet, and so sexy. This will pull in so many compliments. If you're worried about compliments, buy this. All right, Thursday came around and I wore Rehan. I got a few Rehans in. I think I'm gonna order all of the Rehans, like this style bottle, and do like a complete video breakdown, even though that there's so many online now about them. And I know that this one was long overdue for me to pick up, but I had so many shipping problems, a few of the companies that I ordered from, they canceled my order, and that's happened like 2 or 3 times. So it was hard for me to get. I ordered this one and the Wave one, and then also the Creed Aventus one, and they canceled the order a few times. So it was hard for me to get this one. I just kind of put it off for so long because it was like, I'm tired of my order getting canceled. So anyway, I didn't, I should have just went through with it. Anyway, Pacific here is a very fresh and clean fragrance. It's heavy in the citrus in the top, and then it's got this nice woody amber dry down, like this amber woody kind of dry down. And it's a very fresh and clean, kind of Invictus inspired, similar to kind of Hawas kind of style. There is that cinnamon kind of accord in here in the base. And when I was wearing it, I wore it 2 days in a row. I wore it because I wore Rehan Elixir the next day. And I wore this and on my hand the next day just to confirm what I was smelling. I was smelling a cinnamon roll, and it's very faint. It's nothing like, in my review, I kind of like talk about it like it's a big deal. It's very, very faint. It's not like a huge cinnamon roll. So do not buy this one if you're looking for a cinnamon roll. But the weird aspects with it is like it was this like vanillic cinnamon tone to it. And vanilla and cinnamon are very long-lasting materials. I think that one of the molecules is cinnamon acetate or something like that, but it's a very, very long-lasting material because it's a solid when it's in room temperature, and so is vanillin. And so those two materials, like anything that's a solid in room temperature, usually lasts for a long time because when it dries down, it will try to solidify again. And so that, is a recipe for longevity. So regardless, it's not a cinnamon roll fragrance. It's a fresh and clean fragrance. It's an awesome, affordable fragrance. I would say like this is right up there with like Nautica Voyage. If you're looking for a cheap fragrance just to smell good, this is a great option. And from what I know, this is not the heavy hype beast. Fresh Wave is, I think it is. That one has much more hype around it than this one. All right, and then I spoiled it, but Rehan Elixir, I wore this the next day. This was on Friday. Yes, Friday. I remember that because I was out and about working. So this was a really nice fragrance. The longevity is okay on it. I would say that the original one has a touch better longevity, but they're both kind of neck and neck. They're in the same kind of category. I find that this one is so good. It's kind of just smells like the original, and it's I don't know. This DNA for me is a little too sweet. It's a sweet tobacco honey kind of accord in here, heavy in the lavender, and this touch of a mint quality in the top to give it kind of this like nice minty freshness mixed with that lavender. Comes across very clean, like a very clean base. And then they add musk, like a nice clean laundry musk, to mix in with that lavender and that mint to give it a very fresh base. And then they bring in that sweetness with vanilla, honey, and then the earthiness of the tobacco to balance out the sweetness. But it's an overall very nice fragrance. It's just a little too sweet for me. There's a touch of woodiness in here, but it's very faint. I like it. It's just, once again, this DNA is really hard for me to wear just because it's like so sweet. It's very appealing though. Like in the air, it smells fantastic and you're gonna get massive amounts of compliments. I always tell people this is a great going out fragrance. I actually had a buddy reach out to me and ask me for like a recommendation for a clubbing fragrance. And I'm like, buy this. All right, this next one has to be the weirdest bottle imaginable. This is His Confessions by Lattafa. And just look at that. It's just weird. My video for this comes out this week sometime, but just look at that bottle. It's just ridiculously, like this middle part should not be here. It should just be this head and just lower it down. That would be manageable, but this whole, it's just weird. It's just really weird. I mean, when you remove the cap, the weird cap, that looks pretty cool. Let's put like this on there. Like that looks pretty cool with the Rayhan cap on there, you know? Like that looks pretty cool. Not that. That's just weird. All right, going back to talking about this one, I actually really do love this one. I am not sure. I have not looked up anything about it, but I'm not sure what this is like inspired by or take of. I'm pretty sure that it's like Gentleman Reserve Privé in that kind of realm of things, because it has this kind of powdery, warm cocoa iris, and then it has this nice woody dry down with this kind of cleanness, spicy too. And then a touch of a kind of a liquory kind of thing, but nothing crazy. Anyway, I still need to do a little bit of more research on this one. Very good though. This is an excellent fragrance. It lasts for a long time. I was wearing it and I remember telling myself, I'm gonna remember this one for like dating fragrance. Like if I'm ever gonna go out a date again, if I'm ever gonna get over my fear of commitment, I'm gonna wear this on a date and like impress hopefully my future wife. I would say this is like, if you like Dior Homme Intense, Reserve Privé, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, if you like that kind of realm of things, you would love this one. That's what, in my opinion, I think. Anyway, my video is coming out sometime this week about it, so if you're interested at all, check back to the channel. All right, today I'm going to see Gladiator 2. So I'm gonna be sitting in a movie theater, drinking a beer, and maybe eating some pizza. I'm really craving some pizza and a good movie. I haven't been to the movies in a very long time. I'm actually thinking about starting a movie review channel. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. But I'm gonna wear Yuzu Man. This is by Cologne, Paris. And this is a tester bottle. It did not come with the cap. So if you're ever trying to buy a fragrance and it's a tester, make sure that it says with cap, not, you know, without. So anyway, regardless, this is a heavy yuzu fragrance. It's fresh and cleany. You know, it's fresh yuzu, nice citrus in the top, and then it kind of dries down into this nice musky sandalwoody kind of smell. Really well done. This is so good. This is my chill out fragrance. This is my going to the movies fragrance, if anybody is familiar with that. Yeah, it's so good. It's kind of green. It's got this, you know, earthiness to it. Slight. It's not an earthy fragrance by any means, but it has this like a nice earthiness to balance out that nice, beautiful citrus. And it's got a touch of a greenness in here to like put some realism into the citrus. Because like whenever you're smelling a citrus and you smell like the rind and like the greenness in there, that's kind of what you get here. Touch of a like a citrusy kind of character too, but it dries down to mostly like a fresh and clean musk with this nice sandalwood in here. Very fresh though. From my experience with making perfume, I know that this one is based around hedione. It's like hedione is like 30% in here, with like citruses probably another 20%, and then the rest is ISOE Super, some nice cedarwood materials, like Vetero Fix, and then Javanol is in here for a sandalwoody kind of approach, and then a touch of a Ambroxan Norliminol kind of thing, and then like a heavy dose of like linenol and fresh and clean like lavender molecules in here too. I love it so much. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. It doesn't really last all that long. It's a fresh and cleany. So if you're interested at all in a heavy yuzu fragrance, I would say try this one out. This is the Eau de Toilette version, Yuzu Man. Oh, and then a side note too, Pear Potion. I've been wearing this to bed and it's divine. It smells like a pear shampoo. So if you're interested at all in a pear shampoo kind of style, go with Pear Potion. They actually have a mango one too. And the mango one, from what I know, is really, really good. I need to pick one up soon. All right, that will do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your weekly rotation in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys had to wear this week. Anything stand out? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.